I just have a list here of Judy, for instance. You've had, is this correct, 11 #1 songs in gospel music?
Yes.
My goodness, that's wonderful. And let me just read some of these, and then we'll come back and look at them. And Judy, you've been up for Grammy nominations several times as well. And Judy, you were also in the movie The Apostle, starring Robert Duvall. I know that we went to see that, and I understand, Doug, you were also in that movie as well, though wasn't planning on, but
well, they said act like you're shouting and having a good time.
Was that really hard for you to do?
Well, no, and you know, and the people they had in there, they said, see, Robert Duvall said, I want real Christians in there, because said everyone knows when someone's faking it. So he said, I want people that actually has a relationship with God.
Wow.
Look at that. Well, that was wise. That was smart of him. Yeah. And so we're going to have to rent that movie over again just so we can see you now. And then Sheila, you know, let me do this before we finish this. Did you all grow up singing together, and or as a how did that come about?
Well, our mother and aunt, they both played guitars. They wrote their songs, and they would go to just little different Pentecostal churches, and of course there's 9 years difference in our age, so I remember when I was young, you know, and Mother and Aunt Kathleen would take, we have two other sisters that are older than us, and make a pallet on the platform, and that's where we'd sleep while they would sing. So I grew up, we have another sister, an older sister, that her and I sang when we were growing up. And then when probably about, I guess I was about 14 years old, she decided she didn't want to sing anymore. And so at the time, my mother and dad had quit going to church then when I was 14 years old. And so I wanted to sing. The Lord had put that in my song, just like God put it in my mother and aunt's song. God put that gift in my heart, and now I've seen that gift come in Sheila. And so from that, it's like, you know, I went ahead and sang, and then Sheila, she began to sing, you know, after she grew up. I didn't get to hear her much, like she was so young, so much younger than me. But finally I got to hear it. I said, man, the Lord has really blessed her with such a gift. And also songwriting. She writes all of her songs.
And how does that come about? I'm always interested with songwriters, how you get that inspiration.
Well, you know, I never thought I would ever write songs. And about 1.5 years ago, I really started getting back in church. And one night I was just at home, and it was just like, you know, I had this tune in my head, and I went to bed, and I kept thinking, I've got, you know, it was like I had to get up and write it down to get it out of my head. And before I knew it, I'd written a song. I called you on the phone. I said, Judy, I wrote a song, and I sung it to her on the telephone. And you know, it's just, sometimes I can be reading the Bible. It'll be something that, you know, I have read, and it'll just, this one song that I had written called The Healing, I was reading about some blind men in the Bible, 2 blind men by the side of the road, and God, you know, He healed them. All they did was ask, and He healed them, you know. And when it was over, it was like I was taken to that place and in their place, and it was just, I wrote it. You know, I think when God opens a vein in you or something, if you're obedient and you follow, you know, then the songs just, they're there, you know.
That's wonderful. And I don't know if you can answer this, about how many songs have you written now?
Well, I've only been doing this probably about 1.5 years. I've probably written 25 or more, you know, somewhere in there.
Wonderful. Well, we'll just continue to believe it'll keep flowing to be a blessing to other people. So do both of you have recordings or
Yes.
Okay, so those are available. And of course, I had asked you also, Pastor Doug, that you all are available if someone is interested in having you all come and minister at the church.
Yeah, I don't preach. I just let them sing.
But we love it when he preaches.
Yes, we do.
And so I know you all try to be with your church Sunday morning, but like say Sunday night or maybe a Wednesday night or whatever.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, if you're interested in having them in your church, or if you even like concerts or, you know, sings and that, you're available for just different functions like that, ministry, you can contact TBN, and they'll put you in touch with them. And I know that it will be a blessing to you and to your congregation. And let me see if there was it seemed like there was something else. No, I guess it was about the apostle. I thought that was just interesting, and how that would share with us that little story. We just have a few minutes, but how you ended up being a star on that movie.
Actually, I turned down a major part. Now, I did have the opportunity to be in a preaching part, but I didn't feel like, because I just didn't really feel that I was supposed to do it. And so through an individual that did have that, one of the parts of that, he wanted us to come, and Judy was doing a concert in Sulphur, Louisiana, and Robert Duvall come to her concert.
I see.
And from that, he just invited her to come and at least be in some scenes. And at one time, he was thinking about a song she had wrote, maybe put it in the movie. Oh boy, that'd been nice. But it didn't work out. But they just had some empty chairs there, and they're trying to fill the spots up where it wouldn't look empty. And they just asked me to come and sit in it. That's it, boy. I mean, I really got going good, isn't it?
Oh, well, that's wonderful. Well, it is such a joy to have you all with us, and the songs that you all have been sharing with us today were a blessing as well. And the Lord continue to bless your ministry. And if anyone is, well, with all those beautiful mountains and that there, I'm sure people like to go vacation down there. So, hey, just come and join you all for a Sunday service when they vacation down there. Yeah, sure.
You know, in our area, there's almost 2 million people a year visits.
Oh, is that right?
It's a recreation area.
Okay.
But our town is only like 3,900 people. So, but yeah, we're not hard to find. All you gotta do is just mention my name or Judy's name or Sheila's name. They'll know exactly how to get hold of it.
Yeah, well, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being on the program.